What is up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. In this episode, we're finally starting to do some mods on the Corvette, and the first one, probably the most popular mod with any car performance wise, is the intake. Let me show you what we're working with here. So the LS2 engine stock doesn't have a very nice intake. As you see, it comes out through here and the filters are on either side, and it really is just grabbing air from the sides, so there's not much airflow going into the car, into the intake, which isn't great. The intake that we're actually going to be getting is called the Vararam Snake Charmer cold air intake, and the way it works is it kind of works as a ram air intake. Let me show you guys a diagram. As you see here, it actually dips under the front dashboard and scoops air under the car and straight into the intake. So pretty much it would go in through here and then up here and into the intake, which is a whole lot better than this. And they actually say that it gives you up to 40 extra horsepower, which I'm kind of skeptical about because intakes usually don't give you that much power. But this one, considering the difference in the stock intake versus this one, I actually, maybe it will be something close to that. So let's get that thing installed and see if we feel a difference. All right, so here's our new intake. As you guys could probably tell from the pictures, from this video, this one I got secondhand, but it's in nice condition and it was less than half the price of a new one, so I thought, why not? So in order to install this one, obviously first we got to take off the the old one, but unfortunately it's not as simple as just replacing it because this intake kind of changes the whole way the air gets into the car. There is some plastic in the way that we're gonna have to cut out, and I'll show you guys that in a moment, but for now let's take this off. So this is what I was talking about. As you can see here, there's really no place to dip down here. Everything is closed off, and that's really just kind of terrible airflow for the intake. But since our intake is going to be dipping under this bar right here, we actually got to cut out a perfect size opening for the new intake. Now, Vararam actually usually provides a template that you could lay on here and then cut around. Obviously, because we bought ours used, we don't have that, but there is a printout online that we could use. So let's go make that template real quick and then we'll come back here and start cutting. Alright, so we got our template. It lays on here perfectly. Now we see exactly where we need to cut, so I'm gonna leave this on here and go get something to cut with. Whoops. There we go. Okay, so we got the lower side set up. Let me show you guys what it looks like from here. So I don't know if you see that, but this part of moving is the scoop. So now the air comes through here into the scoop and up here, and now it's installed the top part into the intake. This is the weirdest latch I've ever seen. It's like a little rubber thingy, but it works. Use this piece. Go. Plug in the MAF And there it is, super easy install. The cutting is the hardest part. I've seen a lot of people use like box cutters to cut it, but I definitely recommend using one of these. It kind of cuts through it like butter. It's not the best looking intake out there, but all I care about is that it's functional, and it definitely improves the function. Pretty much on forums and everywhere I looked, everyone kind of unanimously said that this was the best intake for the C6. Tuners also recommend this, and we will be getting a tune for this. But for now, I want to actually just take it out, make sure everything is fine, the map sensor isn't acting up, and maybe we'll feel a difference. But as far as I know, if it's less than a 10% power increase, you really usually don't feel the difference. Usually just in your head, but the car will definitely perform better on the track, on the highway. Overall, obviously increased power is good. But yeah, let's go take it out for a ride. I'm gonna quiet the exhaust just so I can see if there's any more sound coming from the front of the engine. Usually intakes do make it sound a little bit louder. Okay, so obviously driving at lower speeds, I don't feel much of a difference. Really, it's just maybe the responsiveness of the throttle got a little bit better. I'm gonna try speeding up a little bit on kind of a faster street and see if I see a difference. Okay, like I said, it's probably in my head, but it does feel a little bit more responsive and faster. And I think the faster you go, the more kind of air gets rammed in there. So I think that's gonna make the car faster. Now we are going to get a tune for this car probably next week, because we do have long tube headers now, and the X-pipe, and we also have the intake now. And from what I heard, it is better to get that tune, so we might be able to squeeze a little bit more power out of this intake. So yeah, I'd say for the price that this intake costs, especially if you could get a used one online, there's plenty of them. I think it's an awesome upgrade. It's a good power increase. Your car breathes better, so I do recommend it. And it's really easy to install. That's about it. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned for more mods on this car, as well as a new build coming up soon. Feel free to subscribe and like this video. I appreciate you guys. Thank you for watching. Peace.